treat of your life. A very rare occasion. You are going to see a World Heavyweight Championship match from the Nail Blaisdell Arena in beautiful Honolulu, with the world champion Ric Flair against the #1 contender Kerry Von Erich. There's Miss Leah Maivia, the First Lady of Wrestling, giving each wrestler a lei, which is the custom in Hawaii. You must be laid with beautiful flowers and a kiss from the ladies. Steve Ricard is our referee, flown in from New Zealand, especially for this match. This is, like I said, a very rare occasion. Very seldom do you ever see a world championship match on television anywhere in the world, Dunbar.
Ring announcer John Gray introducing the participants in this 1 hour. I believe it's a 1 hour time limit, one fall match for the National Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship and the belt and all the prestige, glory, and money that goes with it. Currently being held by Nature Boy Ric Flair, who is sporting a sequined ring robe. There he is. Fans don't seem to be in his corner tonight, but then again, he's seen them for him and against him, and he's still the champion.
It makes no difference to Ric Flair. He is the National Wrestling Alliance champion, the #1 top man in the wrestling world.
There he is, the man who holds the 10 pounds of gold around his waist. And the challenger, the #1 contender tonight, is going to be Kerry Von Erich, a second-generation wrestler who has made his mark all the way around the world.
Well, the fans are ready for this when you see them sitting there in anticipation of probably what's going to be one of the greatest wrestling matches ever presented on television.
Okay, wrestling fans around the world, Dunbar Wakayama and Ripper Collins with you at ringside, and this NWA Championship match just about ready to get underway. There's our referee from the NWA, Steve Ricard from New Zealand, and he held up the 10 pounds of gold, that World Championship belt, and we're just about set to get underway. A very confident-looking Kerry Von Erich there, and he's going for the gold against Ric Flair. This is going to be a Donnybrook, I tell you.
This is going to be one of the best matches we're going to see in a long, long time. The 1 and 2 wrestler in the world today, Ric Flair, your champion, and the second-generation wrestler, Kerry Von Erich, the teenage idol.
Well, the first lockup, test of strength, sent Ric Flair back into the turnbuckle. Aren't too very many men as powerful as Kerry Von Erich. Look at that man. Well, he's built like a Greek statue.
I understand he spends about 6 hours a day when he can in a gymnasium pumping iron, and then he jogs, rides horses, and just does everything that he can keep going. He is really one of the top athletes in the world today, and he knows his wrestling. He learned from his father, who was one of the best in the world.
Kerry Von Erich now with a very, very tight head scissors. Ric Flair managing to get out of it, reverse the hold, comes with a side headlock, takes his man down. Once again, a reversal. Very, very quick moves on the part of both of these men. Ric Flair complaining about a hair pull. I didn't see it.
I saw a quick head scissor, and he come right out of it and right over into the corner to holler at Steve Ricard. Steve Ricard is right on top of everything. I think right now both wrestlers are kind of feeling one another out, and the fans are already into this one, Dunbar. They are loving this one. This one is going to be a great wrestling match, and like I said, a treat for the fans worldwide, because it's not too often that you get to see a World Championship match on television anywhere.
Well, this match is for all the marbles, because the NWA, the oldest and largest and most prestigious World Championship in the world today, held by Nature Boy Ric Flair, of course, means thousands and thousands of dollars in contracts and obligations. And Kerry Von Erich would certainly like to have that income generated, of course, along with the prestige of being able to say that you are the world's heavyweight champion, undisputed.
Well, there's lots of wrestlers in the world today, and there's not too many can ever say that they held that gold belt. We've had some great champions. Ric Flair is a great champion. He is a good wrestler. He'll mix it up with you, or he'll wrestle with you all the way. And right now, Kerry Von Erich is trying to get behind him, but watch Flair. Right to the ropes. He's not going to give Kerry a chance to get any advantage at all. Uh-oh, a little shoving match, and I think Flair was caught off guard there. That big arm of Kerry's knocked him right down, And Kerry says, come on, let's do it. Ricard, being the referee, is keep those fists open, gentlemen. This is a wrestling match, no fist.
You know, Ric Flair, a lot of people thought he wouldn't hold on to the belt. He originally won it back in 1983 from Dusty Rhodes in Kansas City, and everybody thought that it was just a flash in the pan, but he's proven them wrong by holding on to that championship now. He's had it, he's lost it, he's won it again. This is his third time as a champion.
Well, like I said, he knows his wrestling. Everyone can be beaten. No one can say they cannot be beaten. Any man can be beaten on any night if he's off and the other guy is on. And that's exactly what Kerry is hoping tonight. Maybe Flair is going to be off just a little bit, and he's in the right place at the right time, and that arm goes in the air, and that 10 pounds of gold goes around his waist. His father would be very, very happy to see that, I'm quite sure. But Ric Flair is not going to let that happen if he can possibly keep this man off guard all night, and that's his strategy. Keep the other man off guard all the time.
Double wrist lock test of strength now. Looks like Ric Flair is having his hands full. Kerry Von Erich in a precarious position, however. Able to take it on strength, gets down to an arm bar and has his man down onto the mat.
Would you look at the wrestling fans? There's 7,000 people at the Blaisdell Arena tonight in Honolulu. They bought tickets to see this match, and they're sitting on the edge of their seats. I'm telling you, the paradise of the Pacific, the #1 wrestler in the world and the #2, and 7,000 people enjoying it in beautiful Hawaii.
Kerry Von Erich putting a lot of pressure onto that left arm of Ric Flair. Pulls his man up off the mat. Stretching the sinew, the muscle, the bone. Pain and agony showing on the face of Ric Flair. Turns it around into a hammerlock. A knee into the back. Additional pressure on that hammerlock. And again, Kerry Von Erich just putting it to Ric Flair. Trying to wear his man down.
You see referee Steve Ricard is right there in case Ric Flair would like to give up. He's right on top of all the action. That is a sign of a good referee. He's right in there watching every move, watching in case the man wants to give up or an illegal move is made. But so far, this match, Dunbar, has been strictly wrestling. Great wrestling. Scientific, hold for hold and counter for counter. It's absolutely terrific.
Kerry Von Erich putting the pressure on that left arm. Ric Flair has been taking quite a beating here recently. But like the champion that he is, he's able to sense victory in certain areas, and there he took a quick way out by putting his man against the ropes. Referee calls for the break. It's a clean break. You know, a lot of people don't like Flair's style because sometimes he is a little showy, and but when it gets right down to strict wrestling, just watch the man. Look at him in this match. You'll notice that he's not taking shortcuts. He's not using those illegal tactics. Look at that. Did you see that?
That's what I was telling you before.
Counter move.
A hold, a counter, a hold, and another counter, and Flair is back in the hammerlock again. That is wrestling, the ultimate wrestling right there, Dunbar. You know both of these guys were great amateurs before they got into the pro ranks. That makes them what they are today, the top wrestlers around the world.
Kerry Von Erich working. He's got that hammerlock cinched up. Very painful hold. Oh, especially when a knee comes in with additional pressure.
I want to hit you with tonight. We're going to be in Kona at the Konawaina High School, and tomorrow night on Sunday at 7 p.m. Don't forget, Block Arena. Wrestling returns to Block Arena on Sunday night at 7 p.m. We hope to see everybody out there. Come and join us.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, wrestling fans, welcome back to the NWA Championship match between Ric Flair and Kerry Von Erich. Dunbar and Ripper here at ringside with you, and here's a test of strength with Ric Flair on the outside, looking like he's in command, Ripper.
That's right. He's got, watch out. Here comes those big arms of Kerry Von Erich. This one could go the other, whoa, and right into a big, vicious side headlock.
Oh, my, look at that Kerry Von Erich.
See that referee right down to count those shoulders. He was right there. Two count
on Kerry Von Erich. Wow, fast move by Ric Flair.
This is really a great wrestling match. I'm enjoying this one, Dunbar. I love great wrestling, and you've got him in there right now. The referee right on the ball. I'm telling you, the referee has a very important job in there. Watch all the moves in case there's a snatch of the hair, a thumb in the eye, or whatever. And Ricard is right on top of it.
Well, this match has been underway for about 10 minutes now. We've seen a lot of good wrestling holds, chain wrestling, counter wrestling, offensive wrestling. This is the kind of match that I enjoy seeing because there's so much action here. And even right now, when they're in this side headlock hold, you can feel the pressure being placed on Ric Flair, and he needs to get out of it right now. Well,
the longer he's in that hold, the more trouble he's in. I'm going to tell you right now. Very seldom do you ever get to see the number 1 and number 2 wrestler in the world in the same ring, and we have got him right here. Kerry Von Erich.
Shoulder block coming off the ropes. Oh, just sat right down. His man went right back into that side headlock.
I think Flair thought he was going to jump over and he'd catch him when he come back, but that Kerry was thinking, great young wrestler. He's way ahead of the other man.
In the turnbuckle now, Ric Flair has got his man at a disadvantage. Down on his knees is Kerry Von Erich. Rick brings him back up. Judo chop, sends his man back into the turnbuckle. Referee Steve Ricard says, let his man get out, get back into the center of the ring, let's do some wrestling. A couple of short jabs now by Ric Flair, trying to take the wind out of his sails.
The referee is warning him. The referee must warn the wrestler to break the hold or stop the fist and then count to 5 before he can do a disqualification. Whoa! I think Kerry says, wait a minute, brother, enough is enough. He hit that floor and bounced back like a rubber ball.
And now both of them. Fisticuffs, fighting back and forth. Another right jab and a roundhouse right just staggers Ric Flair in the center of the ring. And there we go with another one. Ric Flair is down on the mat. Couldn't handle the exchange. Goes back with a knee, comes back off the ropes. Quick shoulder block, sends Kerry down to the canvas. Ric Flair up. Oh, military press in the center of the ring. Body slam on Ric Flair. Look at the strength of Kerry Von Erich.
Can you believe that? And Ric Flair says, hold it. Let's wait a minute now. I'm going out and catch some air. He was slammed from about 6 foot 7 inches and 7 feet in the air. Right straight over Kerry Von Erich's head and down to that hard mat. And he's going to take a walk.
Ric Flair trying to break the momentum outside the ring. Kerry Von Erich ready to jump on his man the moment he gets back inside there. Ric Flair taking the 10 count. He's got a 10 count out there on the floor. 10 count of the ring apron. We got to remember that. There is a chance here that, okay, now he's back up to the ring apron. Enters the ring. Down to his knees. He's waiting, really trying to break that momentum. Kerry wants to let him have it, though. But gingerly, he moves in. Quick boot into the midsection. Takes his man, hurls him into the other turnbuckle. Nobody home. Kerry strikes that ring post with his shoulder.
This quick move by Flair. He anticipated what he was going to do. He moved, and Von Erich hit full force that steel post in the corner. Von Erich is in trouble right now. Watch Ric Flair just slowly now, methodically move in. He's going to take advantage of this.
Dishing out the punishment is Ric Flair. Kerry Von Erich trying to regain his composure. Another short right to the forehead.
Watch this Flair in action now. He's got his man in trouble, and he's not going to let up. He's going to stay right on him, Dunbar. He's not going to give Kerry a chance now. That's the sign of a good champion, a good wrestler. Get your man in trouble and stay on him.
Steve Ricard says, come on, let's get this match into the center of the ring where it belongs.
He better watch out. He can get disqualified real easy. This Steve Ricard won't take anything from him.
Kerry Von Erich fighting back with a series of boots and a roundhouse right to Ric Flair. Ric Flair back into the turnbuckle. Kerry hurls him into the far turnbuckle. Comes back off, catches him with a right. Flair is down. Here's the cover. It's a 1. It's a 2. Oh, almost a 3 count. The title nearly changed hands.
That was a close one, Dunbar. That's how important it is for the referee to be there. When that man is down, the referee should be there with the count. 1, 2, and he's up again. We could see a new champion tonight, Dunbar. This Kerry is on there. 1. Ups, and he's up again.
Ric Flair Not powering out by any means, but just barely being able to break the count. There's a 1, there's a 2, and again, we've seen 3 near falls here.
That's right. That shoulder just barely came up, but as long as it's up, the referee's there to watch. This Steve Ricard is a great referee. He's doing a good job.
Kerry lays him back over. Again, Ric Flair being able to bring up that left shoulder just in time.
Listen to the fans. There's 7,000 of them here at the Blaisdell Arena, and they're screaming, "Come on, Kerry." 7,000 people. They're enjoying this one as much as you and I, Dunbar.
Okay, we've got a double chin lock here between the two combatants. Kerry Von Erich. Oh, did you see that suplex? And a cover. It was a count of 2 on Ric Flair.
This is a great match. I'm really enjoying this one, Dunbar. I'm telling you, I tell you, you just see these kind of matches and you wish you could just, the smell of the popcorn and the people next to you with the Cokes, it just makes you wish you're sitting right ringside saying, "Wow, I was there. I saw that World Championship match. I saw that wrestling in person."
I tell you, if wrestling ever comes to your area of the country, by all means, go out and see it in person. You think it's exciting watching it on television, you ought to see it up close.
Well, you talk about seeing it around the country. You know, our matches go now into Montana. Say all the fans in Montana, hello to you, aloha to Wyoming, Tennessee, New Zealand, Australia, Thailand, Singapore, worldwide. Polynesian Pacific Championship Wrestling from the Paradise of the Pacific, Hawaii.
Look at this now. Kerry Von Erich not letting go for a second. He was pressed into the turnbuckle, but he managed to retain control with that hold. And here's Ric Flair down on the mat at the hands of Kerry Von Erich. This match has been touch and go for both combatants. Nobody a clear-cut victory as yet. There's another 1 count by referee Steve Ricard on Ric Flair. Another 1 count. Boy, I'll tell you, we've had a lot of near falls right here. It's been an exciting match so far. Kerry Von Erich going once more. It's another 1.5 counts. Oh, this title could change hands any moment now. Talk about excitement, huh, Ripper?
I'm telling you, it's great. These are 2 of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this message.
Around the world, the NWA Championship match continues between champion Ric Flair and challenger Kerry Von Erich. We're now 25 minutes into this match, and it's been tooth and nail, back and forth, touch and go, whatever you want to call it, Ripper.
It's been a great match. The people are really enjoying it. 7,000 fans at the Neo Blaisdell Arena. The referee right on top of both of these guys. These guys are really giving it their all, but they really haven't cut loose yet. There's only been 1 mistake in this match so far.
Oh, that was earlier when Kerry Von Erich shoved his shoulder into the turnbuckle. Ric Flair coming off. Oh, look at that! Kerry missed the drop kick. The champion was able to grasp onto that top ring rope and keep himself from going head first into those feet of Kerry Von Erich, and that vicious drop kick. Talk about a champion. He knew, he anticipated that. He was ready and on top of it. Now he's gained the advantage. Kerry Von Erich lying prostrate in the center of the ring, holding his midsection. Very, very painful.
Watch Flair now. You watch Flair.
Oh, a boot to the breadbasket.
He's going to stay on him now. Von Erich's going to be in a little bit of trouble because Rick knows he made that mistake. Knock the wind out of him. Keep the wind out. The referee warning, but yet those are legal kicks.
That's right. Look at this now. What's Kerry going to do? Oh, look at that knee into the midsection. He's trying to cut off the air supply. He's going after the body. He'll probably go after the neck. He's just working on his man. It's incredible. Well, look at this Flair.
You got a gas with no car, it don't run. And if a man has no air, he doesn't move too fast. And that's exactly what the champion's after.
Again, look at that. Oh, he's choking his man on the canvas now. Got his hands around his throat, trying to cut off the air supply that way.
The referee right on top of it. The referee right there to break that hold, and he started counting. He's warning now Ric Flair. And while he's doing that, Dunbar, a little bit later on, I want you coming up soon to remember, we'll be going to Kauai, back to Hickam Air Force Base, the Pearl City High School for the football team. And later on this season, a hot night at Aloha Stadium.
Ah, that's going to be something to see.
The biggest wrestling event
In
ever.
the world today.
Ever. The biggest wrestling event ever, Dunbar.
You remember when Elvis Presley in 1973 had a satellite live from Hawaii? This is going to be bigger than Elvis Presley.
Well, it's going to be the biggest thing for wrestling ever. That's all I can say right now. Ever.
Kerry Von Erich walking around the ring after being thrown out. Now, of course, Ric Flair, if he had thrown him over the top ropes, it would have been all over. He would have been disqualified. Kerry Von Erich up to the ring apron. Ric Flair immediately there. Ooh! Grabs a hold of his head.
Guillotined him right across that top rope, and now he's putting the boots to him, trying to keep him outside that ring. A choke hold. The referee's right there. A 5 count to break it. Kerry's in trouble right now. Flair's a little confident now. He's going to dance around and argue a little bit, but he better watch himself.
Ooh, did you see that? Firing back is Kerry Von Erich down to both knees. With the front chancery is Ric Flair applying the pressure. Is he going to turn his man over, try to go for a pinfall? Looks like it may happen. Referee Steve Ricard there, ready to check to make sure everything is okay. No choke. Shoulders down. There's a count of 1, 2, 2.5.
Almost saw a pin right there, Dunbar. 2.
Again, there's a 2 count. Very slowly, Kerry Von Erich moving his shoulders up off the mat. You can see it again.
Camera work is absolutely great.
Again, look at that. Ric Flair trying to exert all the pressure possible, but Kerry Von Erich, through strength of will and physical prowess, bringing his shoulders up.
See that?
Just barely in time.
Cameraman is right there. Everyone can see that shoulder was up. There couldn't have been a 3 count there. It was about 2.5, and that shoulder was up. Excellent, cameraman.
Into the turnbuckle now. Vicious judo chop by the champ. Hurls Kerry again over that second ring rope out of the ring. Now, while that may not be ethical, that is legal. You can throw a man out over the second ring rope, not over the top.
Well, when you start doing that, it means one thing, Dunbar.
Yeah.
Maybe you're running out of gas and you need an extra chance to catch a little wind yourself. So maybe Mr. Flair is thinking ahead. I need that extra gas because this Von Erich has been on him. Watch, he's going to strut a little bit now.
Yeah, there it is. There's that old Nature Boy strut going around the ring. Doesn't have quite the pizzazz that he normally does. I think he's still worried because even though Kerry is outside of the ring and fatigued, he's still a formidable opponent. And look at that. An exchange now on the ring apron between these two gladiators. What's going to happen here? Ric Flair turns his man around, holds him over the top ring rope, giving him a quick elbow into the chest. Picks his man up, judo chop, sends his man down onto the ring apron. Kerry Von Erich fighting back to his feet, wanting to get in. Referee Steve Ricard between the two combatants, and there's a shoulder. Jumps over his man, sunset flip. Is he going to take his man over? Yes, he does. It's a count of 1, 2, 2.5. That was all it was. We nearly saw the belt change hands here. Now it's a left, right, another right.
What?
Flair in with a shoulder block, coming off the ropes again. Oh, look, the iron claw to the stomach of Ric Flair. This is it. This could possibly spell the end for Ric Flair on the championship.
Look at the agony on Flair's face. He's in trouble, Dunbar. This could be it. This could be the moment.
That powerful iron claw cinched up. Got it right in the midsection. Ric Flair down on his back on the canvas. Kerry Von Erich using those steel fingers, ramming the pressure in. That iron claw doing its work. Ric Flair, a rake to the eyes. Desperation move, trying to get out of it.
That may have saved his championship, that one move right. He's a good champion, Dunbar, but he did do it. He did rake the man in the face to get away from that claw because that could have been it. That could have spelled victory for Von Erich.
Okay, stay tuned, wrestling fans. We'll be back with this match as it continues in just a moment. NWA Championship match between Nature Boy Ric Flair, the champion, and the challenger Kerry Von Erich. We saw the iron claw just a second ago. And here's Kerry Von Erich on the attack.
Oh, watch out. Sleeper hold. That's Flair's #1 killer. That'll get you every time. He's a master at it, Dunbar.
Kerry Von Erich, better watch out because this could be it. This could be the end of the match right here.
A lot of money at stake and a lot of prestige, and this sleeper hold could put Von Erich right down on the list, Dunbar.
That's right. One of the patented moves by Nature Boy Ric Flair. Between this and the figure four leg lock, he dispatches a lot of his opponents. And it looks like Kerry is down to his knees, suffering fatigue as that carotid artery is being compressed. No blood to the brain. Puts the lights out. The eyes close, and that's going to be it. Something better happen here real fast.
Referee Steve Ricard checking. When that arm falls on its own, it's all over, Dunbar. Uh-oh.
He's still got it. Kerry Von Erich.
Top physical condition. I'm telling you, they got to have it to be the top contender in the world today. Oh,
makes it over the ropes. Gets Ric Flair struck in the jaw by that top turnbuckle. And Kerry Von Erich now trying to regain that blood flow to the brain. Trying to sweep the cobwebs out from his mind. Oh, that judo chop didn't help matters any at all. The champion on the offensive now. Both of these men in top physical shape. They have to be. Consider the schedules that goes around. Ric Flair having to go around the world several times every year, defending his belt in a myriad of cities. And of course the challengers having to go right after him.
Oh, there's a sleeper hold by Kerry Von Erich. He reversed it. What a move, Dunbar. Ric Flair's in trouble now.
What's going to happen here? The tables are now reversed. Ric Flair is down on his knees on the canvas, suffering the same fate that he tried to place on Kerry Von Erich just momentarily. And now the roles are reversed. Trying to reach for those ring ropes, trying to force the break from the referee.
You know, Dunbar, I bet you Leah Maivia is watching this match. We've got several wrestlers right here she'd like to have a world championship match. Lars Anderson, Sifa Alfi, Sam Anawai, Bad News Allen. Any of the wrestlers that wrestle in this area could be the top challenger for that belt. And if Kerry wins it, he's in for a lot of challenges from here. And if Ric Flair keeps it, he's going to have a lot of challengers knocking on his door, too.
They're down to the mat now. Oh, Ric Flair places a foot over the bottom ring rope. That's going to cause the break. No, wait a minute. Steve Ricard moving the foot off the bottom ring rope.
That's unusual.
That's very unusual.
Well, this is a championship match. There's a lot at stake here. I think Steve Ricard's trying to be fair to both wrestlers.
That's true. Into the center of the ring now. Kerry Von Erich comes off. Oh! Ric Flair lifted his knees, caught him squarely in the midsection.
He went for a big splash, a big body cover there, and Flair with the instinct. Bring the knees up. He's flat on his back, but Von Erich is in trouble too. Both men now are showing a little wear and tear. There's about 35 minutes of this match gone, Dunbar.
Kerry Von Erich getting first to his feet, trying to bring Ric Flair up. Ric Flair with a right knee into the midsection. Catches his man with a judo chop, brings him against the ropes. Looks like he's setting his man up for a suplex now. Pulls his man up, reversal, and back into a sleeper hold. Kerry Von Erich on the offensive.
What a move by Von Erich. He went right from what could have been a very bad suplex into a standing sleeper hold. Fantastic move.
Ric Flair being able to counter, turns it around, brings it back. Suplex onto the shoulders. Both men just totally fatigued, virtually knocked out. Referee Steve Ricard counting. What's going to happen here? These men have got to get to their feet or it's going to be a double count out.
One must be on his feet by the count of 10 or that's it, Dunbar.
They've got to get back into action and wrestle. All right, there's physical contact is made between the two. That breaks the count. Another judo chop and a retaliatory blow.
Oh,
trying to pull his man out of the turnbuckle. Finally makes it. Ooh, Ric Flair thrown small to the back of the top turnbuckle. It destroyed the top turnbuckle.
Upside down. I'm telling you, these guys have got to be in the top shape. You think they've got nothing left, and here they are. Tooth and nail again.
I don't know where they're pulling all this stamina and intestinal fortitude, but I tell you, this is something to be seen. It's been 40 minutes now. These guys have been just hammering at each other. Look at this. Another reversal. Sends Flair again. Over the top.
It was unintentional. That won't be a disqualification.
No,
he
won't.
went to go upside down that turnbuckle and over the top. The referee's giving him the 10 count. Von Erich has got his win. Listen to the fans. They're counting with the referee now. You think they're not into this? 7,000 people screaming with the referee, Dunbar.
They're on their feet, and into the ring comes Nature Boy Ric Flair on his knees, but still the champion at this point. And here we go. Set up for the Iron Claw. Oh!
No.
Just grabbing it just inches away. Ric Flair doesn't want to let that go any further at all. He's seen what's happened to people get the Iron Claw. Knee into the midsection, another judo chop, a staggering combination of moves by Ric Flair. Ric Flair going back into the ring ropes, comes off, misses a knee. Kerry Von Erich pulls it out, goes into a step over toe hold, a figure four leg lock. This is it.
Use Ric Flair's own hold, Dunbar.
This is it. Ric Flair has got a figure four leg lock on him for the first time I've ever seen. This is incredible. Kerry Von Erich putting on the pressure on the champion. The champion's patented move has been reversed and is being used on him. What's going to happen here, Ripper?
I don't know, Dunbar. He's in trouble. He's got to get to those ropes. He's got to get to those ropes. He's got to get this hold broken. And Von Erich has got it cinched up just like he does it, and nobody knows it any better than Ric Flair.
How can he stand the pain, the pressure? This hold has been known to dislocate knees, to be able to break legs.
I'm going to tell you right now, Von Erich did his homework. He watched those films of Flair time and time again, and he's taken advantage of a very bad mistake that Ric Flair has made.
Ric Flair heading towards the ropes. He's got his hands around the ropes. Referee Steve Ricard saying he's firmly planted on the ropes. He's got to break the hold. Kerry Von Erich is forced to break that figure four leg lock. Ric Flair pulled it out just barely, bringing it back into the center of the ring. Is he going to go for it again? Yes, there he is. He twists, step over, figure four again in the center of the ring, going for the gold. Ric Flair, what's he doing now? Another right to the eyes, desperation move.
He had to do it, Dunbar. He could see that 10 pounds of gold and all that money leaving right here before 7,000 people in Honolulu. Kerry Von Erich was counting the money. He knew that is Flair's hold. He had his own hold. Watch him now. Watch what he's going to do. He knows he's got Flair in trouble, and he's not going to let up.
Oh, look at that. What kind of a hold is that,
He's got
Ripper?
the claw.
On the leg itself?
No, right on the kneecap.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about pain. An iron claw on a kneecap. I've never seen this used before.
Well, this Von Erich is an expert at it, and Flair is in deep trouble, Dunbar. I mean, he's in bad trouble.
Von Erich going outside of the ring, onto the ring apron. What's he going to do? He's going to put more pressure. He's going for that steel ring post. He's got Ric Flair set up. What's going to happen here? Oh, no, the thigh goes right into that steel ring post. Sensing victory. He's going to do it again.
He better heed the referee's warning. He can get back disqualified.
Better get back in.
Flair
up on the
is
ring
in trouble.
apron. There's a count of 10 on the ring apron. Ric Flair all but out of it at this point in time. Can barely move that right leg in infinite pain. Comes down with a knee right into the side of that right leg again. There must be nothing left. I don't see how Flair can bear the pain. He won't be able to stand up. He won't be able to move, Ripper.
We're going to see a new champion here. I've got a funny feeling that this Von Erich has got Flair exactly where he wants him. And if Flair doesn't make a move soon, Dunbar, the gold will switch.
Well, Von Erich has learned it from a big wrestling family. His father, Fritz Von Erich, Uncle Waldo Von Erich, of course, his brothers Kevin and Mike, and of course the late David. Boy, I tell you, talk about a wrestling family. That's what's made Kerry the challenger, the man he is today. That's why they call him the modern-day warrior.
Well, he went for a big elbow there, and Flair moved out of the way. But I'm going to tell you, Flair is in agony and pain. Watch, he can hardly walk, but he's a champion, and he's coming after it. He's still fighting. Ooh!
Still working on that right leg, Kerry Von Erich. Couple of quick right jabs into the thigh, and a big kick. Both men practically exhausted, but trying their hardest to gain the upper hand, the advantage.
I'll tell you right now. A mistake
They're starting to make the mistakes now.
That's right. He should have gone for the leg, and he went for a knee drop.
I think he probably dislocated his knee at that point in time, making his way outside of the ring, really favoring that right knee. He really hurt it that time. You can tell. He's making it back in, but he's holding that knee. He's really hurt, really in trouble. He can barely stand up on that knee. Ric Flair, big judo chop, but it's the leg is what's hurting him now. I think he dislocated his knee completely. He won't be able to continue. I think this match may very, very well be over. Ric Flair, another judo chop outside of the ring, grabbing his man, heading him right into that ring post.
Flair is going all out now. He knows when Von Erich put that figure four on him, he knows that he's got to dispose of him and do it quick, or his belt is gone. I can tell you now, Rick is going to be on Kerry now. He's not going to give him a chance to breathe.
Not going to let up. Not for 1 minute.
Going to stay right on him, Dunbar. He's not going to give him 1 ounce of extra air to breathe. Watch Flair go to work now. He's got his man in trouble, and he knows it. Watch this move. Here we go.
Throws him into the ropes. Kerry Von Erich comes off. Sunset flip coming up. No. Ric Flair counters. A right to the jaw. Kerry Von Erich misses a drop kick. Flair steps back just in time. Kerry now on the canvas at a decided disadvantage. Ric Flair is going to pick his man up now. Let's see what he's... Uh-oh, looks like he's going for a pile driver. Is it indeed? Oh, it was! That's going to be it! There it is, a count of 1, 2, and... Oh, 2.5.
He came out of that one.
Very close.
That extra gas. Ricard is there watching those shoulders. It could be all over.
Stay tuned, friends. We'll be back with a continuation of this match in a moment.
Okay, Dunbar, here we are back in action with this big World Championship match from the Neo Blaisdell Arena in Honolulu, Hawaii, the wrestling paradise of the world. Uh-oh, Flair's got his foot on the rope now, a little extra leverage. Steve Ricard didn't see that. I don't think... Whoa! Reverse cradle here, Dunbar.
Count of 2 only. Ric Flair was not watching. He was concerned about the audience reaction. That could have been a fatal mistake for him. Right knee into the midsection of Kerry Von Erich, grabs a side headlock. Kerry throws him into the ropes. He comes off, shoulder block. Ric Flair once again following across, roll up, small package hold. It's a count of 1, 2. That's about it.
I'm telling you, these two guys have been going hot and heavy. They both are after that money, the 10 pounds of gold and the prestige. Leah Maivia, the First Lady of Wrestling, should definitely get a tip of the hat for this one, because very few promoters can ever arrange for a World Championship match on television.
First Lady of Wrestling, Mrs. Leah Maivia. Got to hand it to her again. Kerry Von Erich being sent outside the ring over the second ring rope by Ric Flair. Ric Flair wasting no time and sitting down there and relaxing, trying to regain his composure, catch his breath, get a few moments to get everything together again. Kerry Von Erich out there on the floor has a 10 count to once again get to the ring apron and get back inside of the ring. Very gingerly now, making his way to his feet. Flair on the inside of the ring, comes over, breaks the count. Referee Steve Ricard. Ric Flair now going outside the ring. Vicious judo chop. Pulls Kerry Von Erich, gets him into a side headlock. Goes for the ring post. Kerry reverses it, throws Rick right into that steel ring post.
He hit that post chest first, just full blunt. You see all the Japanese photographers there run out of the way. They were here from Japan for this big match, and of course, we are the only program shown in Japan other than the Japanese wrestling program itself. Another feather in the cap of Leah Maivia.
Kerry Von Erich missing. Ooh, did you see that punch coming right off the ropes? Ric Flair jumped into the air, added a little extra power to it. Hit Kerry Von Erich right on the forehead. Kerry is now down on the canvas. Ric Flair still favoring that leg. Comes off with the right knee into the forehead of Kerry Von Erich. Goes for the cover. It's a count of 1, 2. And just barely powering out in time is Kerry Von Erich. Ric Flair on the offensive.
He is definitely taking it to Von Erich right now. He's giving it to him with everything he's got.
Here comes the suplex. Here's the setup, a block, a counter. Trying again, another counter. Setting that leg inside there. Kerry Von Erich brings him up. Reverse the suplex. Has his man down, goes for the cover. It's a count of 2. Ric Flair brings up his arm just barely in time. The match almost over.
Tell you right now, Dunbar, I want to say hello to all the friends at the Honolulu Zoo. We were supposed to go there and do some interviews. We had to cancel it, but we will be going there in the near future. And also coming up soon is the Night of Darkness with the Prince.
Stay tuned. We'll be back to this match in just a moment, folks. All right, wrestling fans around the world, the World's Heavyweight Championship match continues between champion Nature Boy Ric Flair and Kerry Von Erich, the modern-day warrior, as the challenger. And it's been nip and tuck.
All the way, Dunbar. These guys have asked no quota and gave no quota. Great wrestling by both participants. The referee has been right on his toes. Steve Ricard has done a great job for the National Wrestling Alliance to come here for this special match. Both men down now receiving the 10 count. One or the other must be up by the count of 10. Well, great matches. They're both out of gas, but they're great participants. This is a great wrestling match.
Well, it's been well over 45 minutes of just solid wrestling move, counter move. Look at this now. Ric Flair going up on the top turnbuckle. Kerry Von Erich there. Quick slug into the midsection. Grabs his man by the chin and hurls him off at a great big body slam right into the center of the ring. And Ric Flair is hurting. Kerry Von Erich kind of slow now, but it senses a chance for victory. Good drop kick. Standing drop kick sends Ric Flair out of the ring.
Through the ropes and onto the floor at the Blaisdell Arena. 7,000 people. There's a few of them, Dunbar. They're really enjoying this wrestling. And I want all the fans to remember, 7 p.m. on Sunday night, Block Arena, Polynesian Pro Wrestling returns to Block Arena Sunday night at 7 p.m.
Double leg trip. Steve Ricard says you can't use the leverage of the ropes. Ric Flair trying to get into action with the referee, but Steve Ricard won't have anything about it.
Ric Flair better be careful. That's a disqualification. You don't go shove the National Wrestling Alliance or any referee around, because they can ring that bell and it's all over.
Kerry Von Erich sent into the ropes. Missed by Ric Flair. Look at that cross-body block.
Whoa.
Goes on 1, 2. Oh, 2.5. We almost had a new champion here.
That's happened so many times in this hour. I'm telling you, Dunbar, about 7 close pins. We almost had a new champion 2 or 3 times now. Kerry Von Erich, what a wrestler, and Ric Flair, what a champion.
Now, you got to remember that Kerry Von Erich has got to do a little bit more work. Ric Flair need only have a draw to retain that championship. Ooh, look at this rope. Here comes Ric Flair off the top rope. Leaps on his man into an iron claw. Kerry Von Erich's got the claw on Ric Flair. The crowd is going wild. Kerry Von Erich, that iron claw held on Ric Flair. Turns it almost into a sleeper hold. He's got his man. It looks like it's going to be lights out. This could very well be it. The end of Flair's championship. It looks like it may be going to Kerry Von Erich.
We could see a new champion right here, and would his father be proud? Watch the referee now, Steve Ricard. He's checking the man. He's right on top of the action. That is a good referee. He's right there where he should be in case the man wants to capitulate, says, I give up, I cannot go further, or he goes out with that claw, and we will probably see a new champion. Von Erich, he's got him down now, Dunbar. Uh-oh.
Ric Flair trying to go for the ropes. That's the only way he's going to be able to get out of this iron claw situation. He's heading towards the rope with every ounce of strength and drive and determination. He's going for the ring ropes. He's got to. Kerry Von Erich cinched up with that iron claw. That claw which can put a man out. And Ric Flair trying, like a true champion he is, trying to make it back, make it to his feet. Takes his man over into the turnbuckle. Kerry Von Erich refusing to release that claw. Look at this Ripper fighting back.
And he's not going to give up. Flair is fighting for his life right now, and that 10 pounds ago. But Von Erich is on him. He's got it clamped down.
1, 2, 2.5. That was all it was. My goodness.
3, 2.
We're running out of time, Ripper. There's a count of 1, 2, and there's the bell. The
It's all over, Dunbar. The time has run out, and that means that Flair is going to retain his title.
We'll be back with the official decision in a moment. Stay with us. Okay, wrestling fans along the network, we've just seen the conclusion of this 60-minute event for the World Championship. And here's the official decision. Okay, Ripper, just as you and I had figured, it went to its full time limit, 60 minutes, and it was ruled a draw. Therefore, Ric Flair holds on to the gold.
That's correct. He does not have to win, just not lose. Von Erich is protesting, but the bell did ring before the 3 count. Therefore, at a draw, the champion retains that gold belt.
There's your referee, Steve Ricard, explaining to Kerry Von Erich that it was just a 2 count. And in a moment, we should pick up the champion here on our cameras. There he is with the 10 pounds of gold in his hands. There's your champion, Ric Flair, who retained his heavyweight belt. A successful title defense against the modern-day warrior, Kerry Von Erich. Well, what do we got on deck for next week, Ripper?